Hello, this is ICT Today. Given the precedents set in past years and the promising prospects for the future, it is crucial to analyze the trending technologies that shaped 2024, their impacts, and explore the emerging technologies expected to dominate 2025. What are the anticipated advancements, and should these anticipations temper our expectations, or are there concerns that global tech regulators should address? Based on available data, we will explore the trending tech that shaped the year 2024 and explore some of the emerging technologies anticipated in 2025. I'm thrilled to be joined by MATHEW, the Vice President of OGUN Tech Community. Get ready to learn about the groundbreaking innovations that defined 2024 and discover the exciting technologies poised to shape our future in 2025. My name is Abeokuta, and you are watching ICT Today. Matthew, glad to have you in the studio with me again on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be here.
2024 was an incredible year for tech, no doubt about that. But what really matters is how these breakthroughs affected us personally. So let's start with this. What were the top tech advancements in 2024 that changed the way we live, the way we work, our interaction with each other?
Thank you for that question. I think on my list I have the top three. The top three tech innovations that shaped 2024. And first on the list is generative AI.
Okay.
It became a thing, and it became core parts of our daily lives. Generative AI became, we have a lot of them. Towards the end of 2024, we have multiple versions of generative AI. So it became part of us. Then another thing that also happened was advancement in health tech.
Okay.
Where we have more smarter wearable devices.
Okay.
We also have more smarter immersive technology around precision medicine, operation, drug prescription, and some other things. Then another thing that also shaped 2024 was what I termed as the e-mobility.
Okay.
So we have a lot of smarter technology around gasoline vehicles being converted into electric vehicle in some parts of the country where they cannot do full autonomous electric vehicle. And we also have another thing around mobility where we now have self-driving cars.
Okay, that mobility, that's hybrid.
Yes.
Okay, so for the sake of clarity, that's hybrid.
Yes.
All right.
So it became a thing. Even in Nigeria, in some northern states where we were part of some project, it became a thing where we have private organizations now opening conversion clinics where they convert tricycles and smaller vehicles into electric powered vehicle, or some that are powered by renewable energy. So those are my top three tech innovations in 2024. Yeah.
2024. Okay. Now, you mentioned AI, and you said AI is actually number one. And it is a fact that AI is no longer just a buzzword. Anywhere you get to, on smartphone, internet, smart devices, anywhere, you just get to notice the effect and operation of AI.
Yeah.
So it is part of our daily lives in 2024. We saw AI become even more sophisticated, but what's truly exciting is how it's being used to solve real world problems and make our lives easier, like I've said here. So I want to ask, what were some of the coolest ways AI evolved in 2024 and how it impacted us?
When you look at AI, one thing that stood out that became so much out of the blue in 2024 was the introduction of conversational AI into a lot of things. We now have voice assistants became more conversational, and they can help you in booking your flight, they can help you in booking your hotels, they can help you in making simple tasks, or you could engage conversational AI in a full-fledged conversation where you
interactions with somebody of a foreign language or a foreign dialect. And
so you interact in real time. So you interact, and AI the conversational AI now became so awesome that you can even save your conversation. Then you continue that, just like you're interacting with your friend. Then another thing we also saw was personalized medicine, where you now have wearable devices. Before now, wearable devices was used mainly for taking tracks of your fighters, sport activities, your sleep, heart rate, or what have you. But it became more smarter, where you now have personalized medicine on those wearable devices. Like your doctors are getting real-time data from your wearables, and they can now make prescriptions that is specific to your DNA.
Which means towards the end of 2024, there is no. It does not necessarily mean for you to visit a doctor before the doctor can get the reports. That is what it means. Like real-time data.
Real-time data
from
their
patients.
So it's go beyond just taking your fighters. It could now measure your oxygen level. They can measure your heart rate. They can do a lot of deeper things just by you wearing those devices. It becomes more smarter, and because before now you've been using wearables that's taking records of fighter information about your fighters, your heart rate. So it became more precise, that they can layer on top of that some deep level information
with the machine learning,
and they can predict certain outcomes of your the fighters they've taken. If the person is hypertensive or the person is obese, just by aggregating data over time, they can predict certain things in your health, or they can now make personalized prescriptions for you
in the health
sector. Another thing we also saw was also the autonomous vehicle. They become more smarter, and they make our road more smarter. In advanced countries, they see more innovations around smart vehicles or autonomous vehicles, driverless vehicles. They become more smarter, and it became main thing that it's no longer just a single entity that is controlling. We now have companies in Asia, some part of the European countries, in the US are now bringing embracing it, and it becomes innovations. So, like I said, then another thing is where we now have precision agriculture. So even here in Ogun State, we've seen smart farms where people are now using precision drones to do a lot of things on their farm. Then we also have precision technology around agriculture, where you can use Internet of Things, IoT devices, to measure the soil data. You can know the soil humidity. Everything has now become more smarter. You can take precision measurement of the distance between your seedlings. You can get weather reports in real time. So tech has made this happen in the later time of 2024. So they became my top 4 awesome tech innovations of 2024.
Thank you very much. Now, let us imagine living in a city where traffic flows smoothly, energy is used efficiently, and public safety is enhanced. Or let me paint a scenario in which we picture coming home to a house that is it adjusts its temperature by itself, and lighting and music to our preferences. In 2024, the Internet of Things made this vision a reality. Some certain parts of the world, including here in Nigeria, we have some smart homes in Lagos, in Abuja. So the question now is, how did IoT transform our urban landscapes and living spaces in 2024? And what does this mean? For every benefit, there must be a corresponding risk. So how does the IoT transform our landscape and living style in 2024?
Thank you for that question. It's interesting the way IoT has become an integral part of tech innovations in 2024. And I'm going to start from smart cities. Before I come down to Nigeria, before we come down to Ogun State, because there's even a recent event that happened here in Ogun State. Now, when we look at Internet of Things, IoT, it has transformed our cities to becoming smart cities. We have internet-enabled or smart traffic controlled systems, or technology-enabled control or traffic control systems, where we now have smart cameras, you have smart digital clocks, you have Internet of Things that has been built into these traffic control systems, where it takes precision into the core of their being and they automate control of traffic. In Nigeria, we've seen places in southwestern states, we've seen places in north central, we've seen places in some northern states where we now have smart traffic control systems.
Even in Lagos, we now have smart CCTVs.
Yes.
On the whole mainland. Now, if you overspeed,
just take a snapshot of your plate number, it send an automated email to you.
An example which I want to believe is also part of the innovations in IoT that IoT brought is the borderless smart border that was integrated into our border in Lagos airports. That now when you come in, you might not necessarily need to meet immigration officials for you to be stamped into the country and to take your data. You just swipe your passport and it will take a account of when you are in. It will tell you how long
you are staying
away, and if you are a foreigner, depending on your validity of stay, you get all those things. So
awesome. And another thing is around smart homes, just like you have said. Over time, we have devices that could change the ambience of your room, open your doors. In simple terms, devices by voice command could open your curtain, could turn off light in some places. But now, you don't even need to now do voice activation for smart homes. So they've integrated something we call sensors. So it also now helps you to manage your energy, where the lighting system senses movement and it automatically turns off on whenever you need them. So all those are now in play in the later year, and you see them being played out even in Lagos, in Abuja, in Port Harcourt, and some northern states. I was with a friend just this few days ago in Abeokuta. We were just having conversation with one of generative AI, and he needed to pick something in his car because it was dark, and he just used voice activation with his
smartphone
voice assistant, and automatically it turns on his flashlight. And we were discussing around even without any big smart home devices like the likes of Siri, Alexa, Google Home, or what have you, just by using a smartphone, you can configure if you have multiple smart TVs in your home, maybe in your living room, in your bedroom, or your lobby, or anywhere.
That's an
ecosystem already. Just name them on your smartphone: living room TV, bedroom TV, and dining TV. Then, just by using voice command on your phone, you could just command your voice assistant to turn on the living room TV, and automatically it's going to turn it on. So that is just bringing it home. That's happening even to in our domain, to the barest minimum. That is how IoT has transformed lives. Before now, when you are sitting down in front of your TV, you need to you walk up to eat. Yes,
control
exactly.
And, yeah.
But all these things also have their flip side, because it makes your life more sedentary. So you now need to now augment that sedentary lifestyle with something else, where you now do smart exercises, even in your home with your wearables. You can do a simple job where your wearable is taking your vitals, or measuring the number of steps you're taking. So IoT has made our life more smarter and more easier.
Okay. Thank you very much. Finally, in reviewing technologies that shaped our 2024, the year was actually a game changer for blockchain technology. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. But what does that really mean for our wallets, our finances, our businesses, our lives? From secure payments to transparent supply chain, I want us to discuss how blockchain made tangible impacts in the financial sector and beyond in 2024.
Awesome. So in two simple terms, I'm going to just place it around blockchain technology has given us something worthwhile, and over time I've find my narrative around two things: security and transparency.
Okay.
Financial systems has become more secure around blockchain technology, and becomes more transparent. Okay. Through blockchain technology, you could see who is making any transaction. From here, you could track it seamlessly. So nothing is from the source to the destination. So it becomes more easier. So I used to call it security and transparency. In 2025, we're going to see more smarter integrations of blockchain into financial systems, into supply chain management. There is, I think, was it in Uganda or Rwanda or Kenya? I've forgotten. Yeah. So there's a company that just got funded there. They are social enterprise. Okay. And what they are doing is they are building basically supply chain technology for agri businesses. So, and the aim of their solution is building a platform that is backed by or powered by blockchain technology, where you can track from home produce, from home to table. So from the producer to the end user, you could see the movement and you track it in real time. So nothing is hidden. And they are doing this in I think in 3 ways. They're going to be able to track when the harvest is done. Okay. They put precision tracking on the produce. Okay. They also put precision tracking on the transport system. Okay. From the transport system to the warehouse, then from the warehouse to the logistic company that will also take it to the from the off-taker to the end user. So the entire value chain system is built on blockchain technology, and it makes it more smarter and more transparent. One interesting thing to note around blockchain technology is it has become a thing before it became popular in most of the African countries. Okay. Blockchain technology has been in existence for a very long time. As dated as 2011 was when I've learned about blockchain technology, but it was being used by just few tech houses. So you are not wrong. Okay. There might be a little bit of integration of blockchain into those aviation technology and so on. Okay. Yes, it's a possibility.
So having this much expository on how trending tech shaped us in 2024, now let us explore emerging technologies in 2025. As we step into the new year, the future of tech is obviously looking brighter than ever. But what emerging technologies have the potential to revolutionize the way we live and work? From healthcare, we talked about healthcare, to education, and to transportation, to entertainment. Which groundbreaking innovation are expected in this aspect in 2025 and beyond?
Let me break this into three different categories. So the first thing is around generative AI that we have mentioned. We've also talked about how generative AI has now been introduced into our daily activities. So one of the things that will stand out in 2025 is where we now have more smarter ways to converse with AI. Something that's been in existence for long, but it's going to become more smarter. Okay. Yes. Now, before 2024, the only thing you could do with your voice assistant is whatever it is, then you do the basic minor things. But in 2024, I could engage with my voice assistant to now converse with it, to brainstorm with it, to do a lot of things. So to some people, it became their personal confidant, their personal friends. In 2025, we're going to see more of that, where you can brainstorm to create innovative ideas in true conversations with your AI to help you refine it, compare it to different clients, and make it more refined.
Much more
then you now introduce to your team, then you just flesh it up. That's one thing I've seen that has played out and is going to be more smarter this year. Another thing is also virtual reality.
Okay.
Just a few days ago, I was watching a documentary on, was it on YouTube? I've forgotten, where a judge in a US court was putting on an ocular VR, and he was taking a talk. He was taking in the court. They were about to pass a judgment. The defendant and they have made their final decision, and the judge needed to make a decision. He was making a final tour of the scene through VR.
Through VR. To actually have a first-hand
view of what happened.
Before
I was like, wow.
So in that case, there's no way you can tamper with it.
You cannot. No, you cannot.
That means also in the area of justice.
Yes. Justice will be served with virtual reality when the technology is properly utilized. Then another thing is around virtual reality. A bit of it is what we call extended reality, where before now we have hologram in 2D, right? But in 2025 we're going to see more solutions because it currently is being tested out. Towards the end of last year, some companies in the US are now producing something we call XR product, where you are making a presentation. You are here in Nigeria and you want to defend a project in the US. You don't have to travel there. By XR, you can stand in in your living room and you'll be projected to them, like you are standing in front of them and making your presentation. All this has been in play in some movies, in some sci-fi movies, but they are just a reality of what has been in research for a long time. So we are going to see more of that, the practicality of it. We're also going to see precision medicine, where you see robotic AI performing surgeries in theater in real time. Yes, all this has also been played out in some movies. We're going to see the practicality of it in 2025 and going forward.
Data also reveals that in 2025, extended reality, you mentioned it, synthetic media, we have talked about that, and advanced robotics are poised to revolutionize the way we live, work, and interact. No doubt, we are seeing the practicality. So from immersive learning experience to virtual healthcare, and from personalized entertainment to smart homes, which we cannot just exhaust in one episode. How will these cutting-edge technologies change our lives daily? We have already discussed it. But what opportunities and challenges can we expect? And what does the future hold for this game-changing innovation?
Awesome. So, because I've mentioned all those, so I'll just speak around the opportunities and the challenges. Then how people at home can prepare themselves for the opportunities and brace off for the challenges. The first thing I'll speak around is the opportunities. Around all these things, people should be prepared to become more smarter and get themselves prepared, because there's going to be a lot of job opportunities. When we have innovation, is there'll be more jobs, because people will now become more smarter and they can get some things done. Jobs will be around innovative thinking or critical thinking. We will now be looking at, it's not just going to be about your certificate again, but what are the other things that you can do
with what you've learned? Or what can you learn on your
Exactly. So let me just put it in single word. We have AI trainers. Jobs will be abound for AI trainers. It could not be in any field. And those that will become AI trainers are not just anybody. The people that are innovative enough, the critical thinkers, will become AI trainers.
Okay.
That's just the summary about what we have around the opportunities.
Okay.
The problems also, or the challenges, will now be here in this part of the world.
Okay.
Are we going to be prepared to tap into the opportunities? Those are the challenges I see for us here. But for, globally, when you see solutions, you see problems. Problems will not be around, okay, how many people are going to lose their jobs if you cannot get prepared to become smarter? A few minutes ago, we were speaking around e-mobility, where I mentioned smart vehicles, so I mentioned renewable energy. So one thing I've seen that will play out on all this sustainable tech is where we have a lot of people adopting renewable energy.
Okay.
It could be around smart e-mobility. It could be around smart grid systems. It could be around either mini grid or off grid. It could also be around rural communities that has been relying so much on fossil fuels. Will now get introduced to smart solar home systems. And when we now combine all this, it's going to have a very good impact on our carbon footprint. Around cybersecurity, we're going to have precise security. And we're also going to have personalized cybersecurity systems. Nowadays, we have just the human effort around cybersecurity playing out in this part of the world. But in the Western world, we've seen AI being integrated into cybersecurity, where we now have systems in place that could detect fraud, and they can categorize that fraud level as either red, blue, green, blue, or red.
Thank you very much. That's detailed, and that's really expository. And it is always a bomb when you are on the show.
Thank you.
Matthew, it's a great privilege to have you, to hold on to you and drag you to the studio today. And I want to say thank you very much. And I look forward to having another session with you.
Absolutely.
In a very short time to come.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me.
That's a wrap for my hand, but before I sign off, please remember to link up with us on all our socials. Subscribe to our channels and click the bell icon to receive notification when we are live or post new updates. Until next time when I come your way, this is a show where tech meets real life. And always remember that if it is digital, it is part of ICT.